For many, Fanatec is the preeminent sim racing equipment manufacturer, paving the way for the rest of the industry. But in recent months, that hasn't been the conversation. It's all been about legal documents and financial statements and takeovers and not takeovers and takeovers again. I'm bored. The Corsair deal has gone through. Now the company can finally look forward and start talking about new products. And here we are at the ADAC Sim Racing Expo, and Fanatec has brought just that.
The first of which is a bit of a curveball because we actually have a brand new handbrake. This is the Club Sport V2 handbrake, and it is significantly different to the V1.5 that we're a bit more familiar with. This one actually utilises load cell technology, the same as we see in many of the premium brake pedal sim racing offerings. It's clearly a very solid construction, and there's a lot of emphasis here on adjustability. You can change the angle of this, you can change the preload by taking it apart, you can change the positioning, you can mount it however you want basically, whether that's flat, whether it's at a slight angle to your rig. I know that's been a problem with previous handbrakes, for example. And obviously the load cell technology means that you've got a huge amount of leeway in how much pressure you actually put into this. It's all very sensitive, very accurate, and it should hopefully last for a long time. I think for rally fans and drifters, it's going to be a really strong option. So this is actually the version 1.5 handbrake next to the 2.0, so you can see the differences. It's all quite subtle, but a lot of it is, of course, internal. One thing I didn't mention is you can also take this rubber handle off and just use the metal, which is very cool. What we don't know yet about the version 2.0 though is when it's going to come out exactly. We know it's coming soon, we don't know the date, and also how much it's going to cost.
Now, you may recognise this particular cockpit or rig from a certain American brand that was going to enter sim racing. This, formerly is the Corsair cockpit, the 50mm steel tubing, the white powder coat finish here, also available in black, very recognisable to us. We wrote an article on the website from Gamescom, and Corsair has been teasing this in one form or another for several months. Now with Corsair buying Fanatec, however, this will be rebadged and renamed as a Fanatec product. They already have sort of the older Rennsport cockpit that's been around for a while. They've got the new lower end CSL. So imagine that this will fit somewhere in the range. And basically, apart from Corsair branding, which will be changed, this is ostensibly is identical to what has been previously showcased. So now we know that this is going to be the next Fanatec rig. What features do you get? Well, plenty of adjustability. These little levers here kind of move steering wheel or your steering wheel base. There's another one down here to easily slide back and forth. The pedals, adjusting the seats, very straightforward. On here, these railings are great for adding accessories, in this instance, a shifter. But speaking of accessories, the whole chassis has been designed with, surprise, surprise, being able to fit Elgato equipment, part of the same parent company, very straightforward. So on this example here, we've got some key lights. On another example there, they've got areas to put your power banks and cables, excellent cable management. There'll be areas to put your stream decks on, nice and easy, as little add-ons. And then also there's the design in general. I'm no judge of style, you can tell by my hair, but I like the look of this. Let us know in the comments what you think. I think this is a visually spectacular cockpit. It is on the large size, so don't expect to put this in your third bedroom. Maybe it's a garage or living room scenario. And then we should also touch upon the seat, which for me, with my body shape, is extremely cosseting. It's very comfortable, yet it's also easy to get in and out of. It's also split in two for smaller packaging, but it just feels very solid at the same time. All your jiggly bits are nice and protected.
For the upcoming right-hander, brake 30 meters later and ease off the pressure. For this hairpin, turn in 20 meters earlier and focus on smoother throttle exit.
Now this is another product that might be familiar to you, although this one has actually been shown since 2021, so it's been available for people to see for a lot longer than the rig. And this is, of course, the So So whether you've seen this before or not, I'll run you through some of the key features. I mean, first of all, it is a weighty steering wheel. It's gorgeous to look at. This was obviously the replica of the wheel that was used in the Bentley Pikes Peak effort with Rhys Millen behind the wheel, and a lot of his inputs have also been taken into account by Fanatec with this wheel. Now, the buttons themselves all feel lovely. You've got these backlit coloured sections as well with nice shoulders to keep them easy to separate and press without issues. You've got the famous Fanatec funky switch, which can twist, press, or act as a D-pad as well. Obviously, we've all seen the screen. This has got a gyroscopic element as well that's actually turns in relation to the steering shaft too, so you get very accurate, very quick turns on that too. And everything just feels high quality and premium. I mean, even the knurled encoders, they're quite stiff, but in a way that the actuation is very deliberate, very exact. You've also got encoders here, which have a lovely clicking sound to them. If I turn it around here, you've got the QR2 Pro quick release on the back. Beautiful, expensive, premium feeling shifters too. Just over 300 millimeters in width as well to mirror the real wheel, of course. And overall, it's just a weighty, solid piece of equipment. It's actually got a magnesium core as well, which is something you don't see with many wheels. And I have to say, I'm a big, big fan of it. Oh, another good bit of news. Unlike when we've said before when it's coming soon, this time it really is coming soon.
It's not just hardware or equipment that'll be new under the Corsair regime at Fanatec, but also software. You could take your existing mobile app, Fanalab, or the Fanatec control panel / drivers software. That will be all consolidated and be rebuilt from the ground up sometime in the new year. A beta will start before then, and even before then, an early version is on display at the ADAC Sim Racing Expo this year. All very worthy, but perhaps not as exciting or as exhilarating as a brand new steering wheel. Oh, such as this. This is obviously a Porsche affiliated steering wheel based upon the Vision Gran Turismo concept car in Gran Turismo 7. And it's got a name so long, I've had to write it down, so bear with me. This is the Fanatec CSL Elite steering wheel Porsche Vision Gran Turismo. Did I get that right? We got that right. Once we've got over the name, let's look at the details. Obviously, Porsche officially licensed, Fanatec's been in that game for, I don't know, many years, let's say since 2008. And if you press that in, that brings up the tuning menu, which can relate to the screen here. This can also display usual information like your gears, a couple of rotary switches here. You've got these rotary encoders, 4 of those. These in particular, these two feel very satisfying to click through. Also buttons, a proliferation of those, and the now expected funky switch at the bottom left. Around the back it gets extremely interesting. Obviously you may know that this is the QR2 light quick release, but this for the first time are Hall effect magnetic shifters. You may have noticed this is a synthetic suede, easy for me to say, material. This is a brand new material again, Fanatec, so a lot of firsts are within this wheel that, who knows, maybe we'll see another Fanatec devices in the future, but for now this is the Porsche Vision Gran Turismo layout. We don't know the price, we don't know the release date, but it is a new Fanatec wheel.
So then, lots of exciting new and upcoming products and software updates. Everything is happening at Fanatec, and a lot of it is happening right here at the ADAC Sim Racing Expo. We haven't even touched on everything. We also have new upgrades for the CSL cockpit, new accessories. We've also got, of course, the still in development Formula cockpit as well. So plenty is happening, and it really does feel like there's a real positive, forward-looking momentum at Fanatec after all of the craziness of the last few months. Of course, if you want to keep up to date with all of the latest Fanatec news and all of the news coming from the Sim Racing Expo, please do make sure you keep an eye over the weekend on the TraxionGG website, and maybe keep an eye on it going forward as well, because we're going to be bringing you sim racing and racing games for eternity. That's all for today. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave a like if you've enjoyed the video. I'll see you again soon, but in the meantime, thank you so much for watching and have a great day.